What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, trying to make some sense out of nonsense. I got a message for CNN, MSNBC, and the rest of all of them who are attacking Laura Ingraham for her comments about the demographics of America. Shut up, okay? That's it. Just shut up. I am sick of hearing it constantly, trying to pick apart everybody's statement and imply something that really isn't the case. You're trying to imply just because she's talking about demographics, she obviously must be preaching white supremacy. See, here's the problem with it. When you guys do that, you offend me, you offend other black people, you offend some Latino people, you offend a lot of people. Because you know what? Not everybody in America, black, white, or otherwise, support illegal immigration or overwhelming amounts of legal immigration. See, when it comes down to demographics, and see, you got to break this stuff down on a micro level when you're dealing with pea-brains in the media who really aren't trying to find solutions. All they're trying to do is psychoanalyze every statement that's contrary to their agenda and to their narrative and pick it apart and add their own context to it and make it seem like it's something nefarious about it and like the masses don't think that way. Obviously, that this is a small minority of white people, supremacists that are thinking like Laura Ingraham. Yes, they don't want the demographics to change, assuming that all the demographics is white. Okay, notice on CNN, I was listening to people like Crying Van Jones and the rest of them. This is blatant white supremacy. I've never heard anything like this on TV before. It's unbelievable. And I'm thinking to myself, you bunch of paid dodos, you bunch of pieces of propaganda. It is ridiculous to assume that what she was talking about is nobody wants people of color here. All immigrants are not Latino. When she said legal or illegal, all immigrants aren't black, okay? There are immigrants from Asia, there's immigrants from Europe, there's immigrants from some of the Arab countries, there's immigrants from a whole bunch of countries, not just brown people, which y'all seem to only focus on for a reason. But secondly, if you will get out there and talk to some people besides just the people in your bubble, you'll find that there are some people that are not white, are not racist, and don't support illegal or legal immigration when it's excessive. Nobody is saying that we don't want immigrants to come into America. See, they always try to fall back on this garbage. Well, we're a country that's made by immigrants and I'm like, you know what? We're a country that was built by immigrants and comprised of immigrants. But guess what? At this point, we have a constitution, we have laws, we have a government, we have immigration rules. You can't just leave it open-ended. We're not on the frontier anymore. We're not just stepping off the boat here in America and trying to figure out things. We've established a sovereign nation, okay? Those times are over, man. If you want to go back to those times, if you're talking about we're a nation made of immigrants, as if that justifies people just coming across the border when they want, or we not having any type of immigration law, why don't we just go back to some earlier ways of handling things? Like, if I don't like you, maybe I can just meet you at noon for a duel. Huh? What about that? That's the way we settle things here in America. Forget the new laws. Forget the fact that we've evolved and we've come up with processes and things like that we need to be held accountable to. Forget all that stuff. Let's just go ahead and go back to the old frontier ways, since we're going to go ahead and backdate immigration laws. Not to mention Van Softcore Jones was on the show talking about and Jeff Sessions and he's proud of these type of immigration laws. I mean, this is a clear violation of the law. He's supposed to be enforcing the law. He was talking about them deporting somebody while it was in the court system, and the person allegedly was pleading for asylum. And he was like, yeah, they got shit sent back, and everybody has a right to hear their case, and Jeff Sessions is violating the, he's not following the law. And I'm like, since when? Since when did you become concerned about laws? Left. I mean, he never even stopped to say, you know what? All these illegal immigrants that's hopping over the border aren't following the law. He never said, you know what? Nobody's above the law, and that is why ICE are arresting illegal immigrants. He never said nobody's above the law, and that's why border control catches people coming across the border. And I'm not talking about for asylum. I'm talking about other areas where they know they shouldn't be crossing that area. All right, they know the port of entry is down the street, but you're gonna go a couple miles down and jump over the border, and then when you get caught, come talking about I just want asylum. No, you don't. No, you don't. You were trying to hop the border and thought you can get away with it, and asylum was your fallback plan. So the bottom line, if he's so interested about the law, then why do they always want to circumvent it? And so you know that the left is nothing but hypocrites. But what bothers me, really bothers me, is when they talk about people in their opinion of illegal immigration or legal immigration. They only reference white people. They don't talk to black people, Latino people, people who destroy the narrative that only white people, upper class white people, are concerned about illegal immigration or changing the demographics of America. What makes us united? It is not because we're all the same race. It's because we all are from America and have the same cultural experiences and cultural beliefs and things of that nature. It's not based off of race, which they try to highlight all the time. If they were just trying to be white nationalists, if they were trying to keep anybody of color out of the United States, why aren't they trying to get rid of the already millions and millions of people of color that's already here? See, there are people of color that's here that's impacted by illegal and legal immigration as well. But they don't go into those neighborhoods and ask people in Compton, excuse me, how do you feel about all the illegal immigrants that have forced you out of Compton and now it's 99% Latino and you guys have been dispersed all over the place? What? You don't have a response? You don't have a response because I would never go into your neighborhood and ask you that because you don't fit the white supremacy narrative that we're trying to preach, okay? Yeah, why don't they come and interview some black people, some Latinos who said, man, I didn't leave and go through the process to become an American citizen so that I can be right back in the same conditions as I was when I was in the country because you all have allowed illegal immigrants to come in and funnel them right into where I'm at. Now the violence comes to me, okay? I didn't want to have to pay all my cheese and fill out all that annoying paperwork so I can come to America only to find out that all I had to do was just hop the border and whine about it and yell racism. And then all of a sudden everybody would go, hands off, let them stay. We don't want to be called a racist. You know, that's the type of illogical arguments that the left are making. And they're doing a good job of it because what they do is they block all reason by crying racism and it's white supremacy. But they won't ask anybody but white people about how you feel about illegal immigration. Ask the black communities that are in Chicago, see how they feel about illegal immigration. After all of those people got killed over the weekend, when they stuck mics in their face, one of the ladies was like, the mayor care more about illegal immigrants than they do us. See, this is what bothers me. The people who are impacted by illegal immigration the most are not these people on TV crying, talking about my ancestors were illegal immigrants and if it wasn't for them, if Donald Trump had his way, I would have never made it here. Chris Como, I would have never made it here. And I'm like, you know what, shut your mouth. Just shut it. I don't want to hear. Zip it, okay? We don't want to hear about if my grandfather and this and that. Look, Chris, okay, the bottom line is I'm sure that your grandfather and grandmother and them came over here. Once you're here, let me break it down. Once you're here legally, we don't send you out of here, okay? Once you come over and get your citizenship, you're good. We're not trying to send people back right now. See, y'all trying to paint this picture that all the illegal immigrants that we let in per year, millions of them, they come in the right way. Nobody's saying, let's round them up and get them out of here. You're here legally, okay? That's the word that you guys have to stop mixing up. The people that come in legally have a right to be here. The people that comes in illegally don't have a right to be here. It's a simple process. That's all it is. So if you're here legally, then you're good. If you're not, you're not good, except in the eyes of the Democrats and the liberal media. Because if we question that, if we just happen to say it doesn't make any sense to just let down the borders and let everybody just flood America, it doesn't make any sense to do that. If we question that, then all of a sudden we're all white supremacists, racists, and so on and so forth. Look, CNN, I'm offended by the fact that you just assume that only white people have a problem with illegal immigration or immigration as a whole. Good friend of mine asked me the other day, so now we against legal and illegal immigration? I said, look, man, Everything in America has a limit. You have to go by some type of order or you will fall into chaos, okay? So, for example, when you used to go to the club, that guy standing out there in the suit and a little earpiece with the velvet rope, once it reaches capacity, he's told, hey man, don't just let people run in all over the place. We can only hold so much. Let some come out, then you let some come in. And when you get to the velvet rope and he locks it and you're like, yo man, can I get in? Nah, dog, we ain't letting nobody else in, man. It's crowded. You gotta wait till somebody come out. You don't just say, I'm going to bulldoze past this dude, yell that this is discrimination and racism, and run into a fully capacity club. No, because he'll choke you out. You know, that's what he'll do, choke you out in front of all the people out there and let them film it and put it on YouTube and it'll go viral. Look at this dude, man. He got choked out trying to sneak into a club. But yet when we do it in real life, meaning illegal immigrants come across here, and we grab them, all of a sudden now we're racist. That's what it is, you know. So everything has some order, whether it be legal or illegal immigrants. First things first, until we can start dealing with the problems in America and all of the killing and all of the children that's being ripped from their parents, all of the people who's starving, all of the homeless people in the districts of all of these commentators and all of these politicians on the left running around fighting for immigration and all this legal immigration. Yeah, their districts falling apart. Until we deal with that, why are you arguing to bring more people in and create more problems and possibly more poverty? And you know what I don't like about it is you don't shove those people into your neighborhoods. If you want to be that diverse, Chris Como, if you want to be that diverse, Van Jones, if you want to be that diverse, CNN ownership, first of all, deal with the lawsuits that you're receiving about discrimination against minorities. Secondly, when you bring all of these illegal immigrants or legal immigrants in, let's funnel them all to your neighborhood and change your demographics. Because the bottom line is having things in common makes sense. And see, I'm black. There's white people. There's Mexican people, Puerto Rican people born here in America. Not the same race, okay? But we all understand the culture. Now imagine, just for 1 second, if y'all able to do that, imagine if you got sent to a country where you didn't know anything about the culture. What do you think you would have in common? Language barriers would be a problem. Communication, bonding, all of that stuff would be a problem. All right, and it's the same here. If we lose, what do you think? Read the Bible. What do you think? How do you think the title? I mean, the Tower of Babel. The reason that they didn't finish construction is because in the Bible it says God changed all their language. When He did that, now I'm speaking Swahili and you might be speaking Spanish, and I'm like, how we gonna build this temple? And I can't understand this, brother. You know what, man? Let's just drop our tools and go on somewhere else and disperse and leave the project unfinished, okay? But when the people were united, when the people all had the same culture, all had the same mind frame, they were strong, and God saw that. He saw that, oh man, these people are on one accord. They building to the top. I got to do something. Well, you know what happens? America's strong. America was united. All of us had the same mentality. All of us had the same cultural experiences, but the Democrats don't like that. And the liberal media don't like that. So what they say is, you know what? The people, we don't want them united. We don't want them all on one accord. We want to go ahead and just bust up the demographics, mess up all of the culture, and we want to go ahead and separate and divide those that don't want to get on this program. Let's call them racist and want to just keep America white and its white supremacies, even though black people have a problem with it as well and other nationalities. But we're just going to focus on the white people because that's the best way to divide and push our narrative. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And see, that's why we call you fake news. So Laura Ingraham, if you're listening, darling, I watch your show almost every night. I love you. I like what you say. I understood it. See, apparently they can't you have to break it down like my book that I did. It's called Illegal Immigrations for Democrats, okay, on a child level, because see, they don't understand context, inferences. They don't get it. See, when you have an evil eye, everything is evil. So when you started talking about how the Americans didn't agree or vote to change all the demographics and how it's impacting the United States and so on and so forth, in their ears, what they heard is, I'm a white nationalist, racist. I don't want no people of color here. I'll be dang if they change the demographics of this country here. It was born and built on white American blood. You understand that? So let's get them all out of here. That's what y'all heard. See, but to a logical thinking person, they heard, wow, okay, we have to take in consideration that once you start just bringing a lot of people in that aren't bought in, a lot of people who snuck in the wrong way, a lot of people who have not developed loyalty or assimilated into the country, it can change the whole demographics of the country and neighborhoods that don't impact you guys. See, that's the problem. It don't impact you, because if they were knocking on your door or you're coming out of your house and you're seeing everything in your neighborhood looks different, sounds different, culture's different, you'll be going, hey, I didn't vote to change the demographics of America. How'd this happen? But yet y'all gonna try to force it down everybody else's throat, black, white, Latino, and otherwise, and try to blame it on, it's just the small minority of white people who's pushing this type of rhetoric. Bull crap. So, like I said in the beginning, for all of the left, phony, fake media, shut up. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. I hope I ruined your career. Everybody, send this to Laura Ingraham. Tell her, I got your back. Now, you've been listening to Kevin's Corner. God bless you. I'm sorry. I'm calming down now. See, I'm back. I went into the zone for a second. I went to my chi, my zen for a second, but I'm back now. Anyway, God bless you. Find me on Facebook, on Twitter, Wednesday nights at 7:30. And also, if you want to donate to Kevin's Corner, considering the last like 3 or 4 of my videos are being demonetized, I try to keep it as peaceful as I can before, I know they're going to come after me. They're going after Mark Dice. They're going after everybody else. It's just a matter of time. But anyway, so if you want to support Kevin and Kevin's Corner, there's links in the bottom. Do so. God bless you. And for those that always are whining about, where are the dogs? Look at this, y'all. They got haircuts. There's Caesar, the white dog of privilege. And then over in the bushes, because he's not allowed on the porch, that's the dog of color. I don't allow him to come on the porch because I'm a racist and I want to keep all the animal kingdom white. That's what it is. Where's the liberals? They should be coming any second now, I'm pretty sure. Hey, liberals, didn't you hear what I said? I said that I want to keep all the animals white. Where you at? This is a major problem. This is serious, man. We can't have just white animals. Where are you guys at? Nowhere to be found. Anyway, God bless you. Catch you next time in Kevin's Corner.